Hello, and welcome back to Productive Dragons channel, where we do unboxes, playing with me's, and other things. And if you like that, please consider subscribing. Today, I'm finally doing my January "What Did I Read?" wrap up. I am so sorry. I had COVID beginning of the month, and it's been a crazy time, to say the least. For the month of January, I read every day, luckily, and I had 12 books that I read. And I joined some book clubs this month. Yay! So, without further ado, I'm going to start off with the first book I read, which was actually a audio, which was Middle Grade by Shauna McGuire. I gave it a 3.5. It's, like I said, it was an audio book. It was read by Amber Benson. In all honesty, I wasn't really that thrilled with this one. I think, and somebody had mentioned that the audiobook is not as great as if you were reading it yourself. I normally love Shauna McGuire, but this one just, for some reason, I was having issues with the audio. It was like, But all in all, I was like, okay, all right, I'm reading it. I'm listening to it. But I think that's what it was the audio was not as great as some other audiobooks. So this one ended up being one that I did a 3.5. So that was my first book I read. Next book was Dead Lake by Darcy Coates. Now that one I gave a 4-star. I actually enjoyed it. I got it from the library. This was a thriller, and I ended up enjoying it. I did like the supernatural parts of the book. Sam was an interesting character. Yeah, it was really a good book. I enjoyed it. So this one, I was like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can get into more Darcy Coates later. But this one, it started off real good. It was also my buzzword for the month. For January, it was dead. And I used Dead Lake for that one. Next book I did was Upgrade by Blake Crouch. This was one of my Book of the Month clubs. It's a science fiction. I listened to this audio as well from the library. And it was read by Henry Levine. And this, actually, we're following Logan Ramsey, who had all of a sudden got an upgrade because of his mother. And him and his sister, and seeing how they go about this thing that their mother gave them. It was an interesting story. I'm slowly getting into sci-fi, and this one I actually did enjoy. I know some people, they're like, this might be a miss, but to me, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4-star. Excuse me. I gave this a 4-star, and I did enjoy it. Surprisingly enough. So, especially the way that they went about the upgrade. Next book I read was Ninth House. I finally read it. Finally got that one in. This was an audio / physical book for me. I really did enjoy it. This was dealing with Alex Stern series, and there was a chance you could get Hellbent from Book of the Month Club. And I was like, let me do Ninth House first before I get the second book. And now I'm kind of going, ooh, I want the second book now. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this. This was a 4.5-star for me. I did enjoy this Dark Academia book. And I can see why people do love this book. So, we'll go from there and see what happens. So the next book that I did for the month of January was Human Monsters, a horror anthology. This was a really interesting book. It had a variety of authors in the back. I gave this one a 4-star. Some of the stories didn't hit, some did. Most of them I enjoyed. I enjoyed this anthology. It was really interesting, and it was edited by Sadie Hartman and Ashley Sawyers, who are Dark Matter publishers, I believe. I could be wrong, but they deal with Dark Matter. And I really enjoyed it. So this was one of the books that I did enjoy. Next, I read Heartless, and this was my first book of the book club. This was Jossie's and I can't think of her name. J&R is what they call themselves. It was a book club, and this was a retelling of kind of Alice in Wonderland, except this is where you learn about the Queen of Hearts, and you get everything. And Marissa Myers did a wonderful job. I mean, I understood from the get-go where this woman came from and everything. It was like, now I see why the Queen of Hearts was the way she was. And so, yeah, this one I gave a 4 stars. This was really good. The audiobook is just as good. But yeah, this was a doozy of a retelling, and I enjoyed it. I was surprised at some parts, but at other parts, I'm going, I understand now. So this one I really did enjoy. So I think she did a wonderful job giving the character of the Queen of Hearts why she is the way she is. And I couldn't blame her. Next, I did another book club, which was part of my library in my town, and The Lion's Fifth Avenue by Fiona Davis. Surprisingly enough, I gave it a 3.5 star. I actually enjoyed it, and considering this is a historical fiction mystery, I I really didn't think, but I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot. What's the chances? And it ended up being pretty decent. It did do a dual timeline where you are in 1914s and then you're in nowadays. So you did have 2 dual lines going on at the same time, but it was interesting enough to where I didn't mind the historical, and I did enjoy the characters. To have it go back and forth was not so bad. Some people might not like that, but I didn't mind it. It was really an interesting thing, and I was just like, ooh, and to know the different things. So yeah, I had no problems with this one. This one actually was a pretty good one. Next, I read Dealing with Dragons. This is the first book of the Enchanted Forest Chronicles by Patricia A. C. Rid. Not quite sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. I absolutely enjoyed this book. This was a 5 star. It is a middle grade, but I love this book. I love the princess in it. This is the stuff that I enjoy. I am not the princessy, oh, look at me, I'm so... No. I love this one. This character was magnificent. I absolutely love this princess. This is the princess I aspire to be. Don't save... No knight needs to save me. No... I can do this all on my own. I'd rather be with the dragons than a knight or a king. And it's just, I enjoyed this book. It was just so adorable. I loved it. So yeah, this is a 4-part series. I believe actually is a 4.5 star half story series, because I just found that there might be a 4.5, and I'm like, I need to find that because I've got the first 4. So, but all in all, I did enjoy it. To me, it was so much fun laughing at this and enjoying it, going, yeah, you're my princess. So yeah, the characters in here is just absolutely loving. The next book I read was Along the Saltwise Sea. I've already read the first book in the series, which I can't think of its name right at this point. Along the Willing Woodwind Wall. That was the name of the series. I enjoyed this. This is the second book in the series. It's another middle grade. It's written by A. Deborah Baker, who we all know as Shauna McGuire. I enjoyed this one as well. It was cute how Avery and Zeb is still going, and I enjoy their lovely travels in the impossible world. This has been fun. And so, yeah, I gave this one a 4.5 star rating. Because it was just too much. It was too much fun. Next book I read was I'm the Girl by Courtney Sumners. Now, this is the second book I've read by Courtney Sumners. This was actually an audiobook. She's nice enough to give. There is some triggers in here that I will warn you. This was Peter Mon's book club pick, and this is the third book that I read for a book club. But all in all, it was a good book. It does have some triggers in it, and I'll say that right now. So you might have to be very cautious, but I did love this one. I gave it a 4 stars. She hit some really interesting topics, and all in all, it was done well, very well. And some of it you kind of figure out, and some of it you might not. It all depends. I do warn you, again, triggers. So if that's a problem, don't read the book. Then, yay, I got the next one in the Wayward series from Shauna McGuire from my library, the audiobook. I absolutely loved it. Lost in the Moment and Found. I absolutely loved this book. I gave it a 5 star. I'm enjoying this series. I'm going to dread when she has no more books to write in the Wayward's Children's series, because I've been enjoying it way too much. Yes, the first book I wasn't really thrilled with, but I'm glad I continued because this has been an awesome series. And I can't wait to purchase it and have it in my collection, because it really is a good book. This time we're dealing with one person in particular, and seeing the things, but I will also give you fair warning that this one, Shauna was very nice enough to put in triggers ahead of time. So if you read the first of it and it tells you the triggers, if you have a problem with it, don't read the book. But it is done very well. I absolutely loved how she did the character of Ancy, and who is Antoinette, and absolutely enjoyed it. And it was, you read it and you understand some of the hardships of it, but at the same time, you kind of, this one really pulled my heartstrings. So all in all, I did enjoy it. I gave it a 5 star, and what can I say? It was done very well. Last but not least, I'm getting back into the J.D. Robb's In-Depth series. I absolutely love this series. This is one of my favorite series. My friend got me involved in this, and this was Leverage in Death. And it's following Eve Dallas, a New York cop in the future, and her husband Rourke, and all the people that surround her with this. It is absolutely, I love this series. This is one of my favorite series. I'm behind in it, so I'm going to be trying to catch up with all the series. I think the last book out was Encore, and I still have so many between that and that. So hopefully I will be getting this at the end. So I'll be catching up with the In-Depth series, because it is absolutely a loving series. I would recommend, if you've never started this series, start with Naked in Death first. And if it is an audiobook, make sure it's unabridged, because the abridged version misses some things, and I was very piss poor about. But I gave this a 5 star. I've absolutely loved what she does with these characters, and especially with Eve and Rourke. It's just what she comes up with on some of those was just amazing. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you what Past Self did for the newest TBR. Alright, so this is how my TikTok toe board went for the month of January. I took let's see here. I read Along the Saltwise Sea for Takes Place at Sea. For somebody else's TBR, which is this one here, I did the Ninth House. Horror was Human Monster. Retelling was Heartless. Dragon was Dealing with Dragons. And the last one, which was I did one of my words, which was Swap Prompt from December, and I swapped it. Instead of name in the title, I did a historical fiction, which was The Lions of Fifth Avenue. I also did the November one with rearranged prompts. So I took the first one over here and moved it with the middle one. So that's my rearranging. So I got 3 tic-tac-toes doing that. I still have a few left of the rewards. So I'm going to go over to here. So I'm getting 3. Whoops, let me bring that over a little bit more. And so we'll do this one first. I have 18 rewards now. So let me go ahead and change that to an 18, and we will generate our first one, which is 3, which is swap a prompt. I'm going to redo that because we've already done swap a prompt. So let's regenerate. Let's be 7. Oops. A friend can read a book. I've already got that one as a reward. Here we go again. 9. Rearrange prompts. I just did that reward. Okay, so let's do another one. Nope, 7 we've already done. How about 15? Favorite genre. Okay, we have not done favorite genre. So, okay, there's the first one. 10. The next one. Shopping amount. Okay, $20. All right. And last one is 9. Nope, we've done rearrange prompts. How about 14? Nope, I've got mood read. So how about 1? Nope, I got a freebie, so let's try again. Nope, I have that amount already. 7, I think we've already done. 10, I think we've already done. Yeah, because I just did that one. I think 7 was done too. Yep. Let's see here. 13. Nope, I've already done mood. I've already got a mood read. Freebie. How about 18? Ah, no social media for 5 hours. Okay, that's something new. So, all right. So this is my rewards. Favorite genre. Shopping amount of $20 and no social media for 5 hours. Okay, yeah. That way I can dedicate it to the book instead of YouTube and everything else that go down the rabbit hole. So, okay, there we go. There is that. So there's my rewards. So now we'll go to the spinner wheel. And for those of you who did not know, I've got it where I save the spinner wheel because I removed the prompt. So every prompt should not be a repeat. So we're going to start here, and we're going to start, and the first prompt is 68. Published in the 1980s. Okay, hide. And do a next one. Next one is 140. Physical TBR. Okay. Hide. Play again. Nine. Okay. Start a series. Ooh. Oh boy. 32. New to the TBR, 1 month. Okay. $73. A true crime. Ooh, that's something different. Okay, okay. 101. A mood read. Okay. 78. An intimidating book. Okay. $15. A haunted house. Okay. Some of these I wish they would have been in October, but hey, we get them early. We get them early. And last one is 80. 2+ point of view. Okay. All right. So that is my thing. Published in the 1980s. Physical TBR. Start a series. New to TBR. 1 month. True crime. Mood read. Intimidating book. Haunted house. And 2+ personal point of view. Ooh. That'll be interesting. We'll see how well I do in next month. Not sure, but let's go back to future me. Okay, well, there's my TBR for the month of February. Like I said, I'm sorry it's just taking so long to get this to you guys, but I know COVID kicked my butt, and I'm finally getting around to doing my reading wrap up. Hopefully February won't be as forever gone, but it was a little bit me getting back into reading too, because I've now so far, and this is February 13th, and I've now finally read 2 books. And normally I'm not that long, but COVID really did kick my butt. So hopefully February's TBR will be just reading wrap up will just be as good as this one. And we'll see. So thank you all for watching the video. Like the video. And until next time, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day.